Should I put on lipstick? Oh, much better. Now people want to fuck me.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good intro right there. Should we put on lipstick?
I know. I need some chapstick. My lips are dry and I was looking for it and I could not find it.
If I wear lipstick, would you want to fuck me?
What color?
That just depends.
Well, I need to know the color and that will determine.
Listen, you put on heels for me one time and I wanted to do some things and then the heels had to come off.
Yeah, it was a turn on at the start and then something happened midway through.
Can you guess who our guest is by the laugh?
Well, I know who the guest is because we booked her.
Well, I was kind of talking to the people at home.
Well, they probably know because they saw the title.
Dang, I always forget that part.
All right, we have a very exciting episode for you all today. We love when we have talented comedians on the podcast because we love to laugh.
I love how you had to preface that. Have we had untalented comedians before?
No
comments. None.
Do you have to preface that? But no, we have the amazing Jade Catta-Preta. Confess your mess. If you don't know Jade, she's been around for a while. Right before the pandemic, she hosted the iconic E-Network show, The Soup. It was the revival of the show. Got a lot of press for that. She actually has a new show that's coming out on Hulu. It's a dating show that we're going to talk about called Hotties. Very excited to hear what that show is about, what makes it different from other shows, because Adrian and I love a good dating show.
Oh, I thought you were going to say we loved hotties.
Oh, well, we do love hotties.
That too. But
we also love a good dating show. And then your resume, I mean, dear God, like I'm looking at your bio and it's like she was a series regular on this. So we have Two Broke Girls. Guest starred on Two Broke Girls, Life in Pieces, my friend Jenna worked on, Modern Family. She was a series regular on Manhattan Love Story, American Housewives. She's recurred, Future Man, like it goes on. You also have hosted on Daily Pop and at midnight on Comedy Central. You're a guest judge on Cooking with Netflix. And this is really impressive to me, this next one. I mean, they're all impressive, but you've appeared in over 40 national commercials.
Well, Jay, thank you so much for being here. Your resume is much more impressive than ours. I will say also, the Soup reboot, I loved you on. And listen, reboots and reimagining of shows, it's tricky, at best. And Joel McHale was so great for so many years. I will say this. I went to one taping years and years and years ago, and he was one of the reasons I got into TV hosting.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to
I remember that.
Be that. And it's changed a lot in recent years. And we're finally starting to see more women get these opportunities that men got for so long. But I wanted to shout that out for a moment because that's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it was definitely like a lot of big shoes to fill. People were like, who the is this?
Yeah.
Bitch.
Who is this? This
but
is
I'm
Jade Catta-Preta.
so different from him. Yeah, I'm so different from him. And I actually love reality TV. And so I kind of like made fun of it in a different way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like kind of looking up at it versus like, so it's just a totally different feeling. And I think, I don't know, COVID killed it. I'll just blame it on
COVID. COVID killed a lot of things.
COVID killed a lot of things. Yeah. And I also think it's interesting because there's so many reboots nowadays that are reboots of iconic shows that I almost feel like you're doing a disservice to whoever's going to step into those shoes now, because to reboot things that have been traditionally like whatever, male dominated or white dominated or whatever it may have been back in the day, and to reboot it and try to put somebody else in I feel like you're almost setting people up for failure sometimes. Like just come up with
a little bit. Yeah. They're like we took over the old social media too, like where it was like people that are like really big Joel McHale fans. And they were like, what is it?
Yeah.
They were not into it. Yeah,
we're going to learn a lot more about you today, and we're also going to break down some secrets. If this is your first time here, this is Confess Your Mess. This is a podcast where we take listener-submitted secrets and confessions. Sometimes they are anonymous, sometimes they're not. We get voice submissions, and you can go to confessyourmess.us.
That's right. You can submit there, and you can let us know as much or as little about yourself as you'd like, as you're comfortable with, and then we will react, the three of us, in real time, because we've not seen these secrets ahead of time.
Our
Emile
producer,
and I
Frank.
Yeah, our producer, Frank, they source all of them for us. So Jade's going to find out these secrets and react in real time just as we will. And then the climax, if you will, of this podcast will be Jade's confession at the end of the podcast. So make sure you stick around for that. She's going to share with us something that either nobody or not many people know about.
I'm very excited to hear the secret. Frank says it's a good one. Okay. AJ,
I love to overshare. I love to overshare. So it's hard to come up with one. It was hard to come up with one.
Okay,
I was like, everybody knows everything.
We get that one a lot, actually. We have some guests on here that like, I had to think about a secret. And I'm like, that's the point.
Yeah.
We want to get that one thing out of you that you haven't told anybody. But in order to trust you with our messengers, secrets, and confessions, that's what we call our listeners. We love and adore them. In order to trust you with those, to know that you can hang, this is not your big secret. This is a little secret. This is more of like a vice. Maybe it's a food or a beverage or a person or a habit that you know isn't really great for you, but somehow you haven't been able to let it go. This is your mess, but yes.
I love that reaction.
You guys are so cute. Yeah. You guys are already married, by the way. You don't even have to
know.
You guys are already an old married couple.
Yeah, tell that to our wedding planner. Tell that to our bank account.
Yeah, right.
Oh, wedding budgets.
I'm so sorry. Wait, so now this is just a little secret, not my main one.
Yeah, maybe like a vice of yours or something that you do that you know you shouldn't, but you still do anyways.
Okay, I do this thing where I like to sleep creep on my boyfriend. Like when he's completely passed out, that's when I like to like start getting it on. We call it sleep creep.
Wait.
Whoa.
This sounds amazing. Tell more. So like
do not get any ideas.
No, so he's completely passed out and then you like.
So he's like passed out and then that's when I start like kind of going for it.
Oh, so
and sometimes, he'll most oftentimes wake up and go for it. But
of course. Yeah. Man. Yeah. Okay, you need to try this on me.
No, AJ would love if I did that. Should I make a confession from yesterday? I was at the gym because we had a long day. We were in podcast tapings, met with the wedding planner and everything. Sure. Mm-hmm. So I went to the gym at 7, was there until it closed at 9:30. And at around 8:45, AJ's going to bed to go to sleep because he hosts the national morning show. And so he has to be up super early.
At like 5 a.m. So there's no way.
He texts me and he says, by the way, if you need some D when
you get home,
just come on in and wake me up. And he says that all the time, and I never do. So he is in love.
You got to sleep creep. No, you got to sleep creep.
So I even took it a step further last night, and I don't know if you noticed this. I'm sure you did.
What?
We have lamps on either of our nightstand. Oh my God,
he did. I forgot about that.
Lamps on either, but I also took like a half of a sleeping pill last night because I'm like I really needed to catch up on some sleep. So I passed out. But we have lamps on either of our nightstands that are connected to our Amazon Alexa.
And there's colored bulbs inside.
Yeah. So I said, Amazon or Alexa, turn on Emile's lamp to red. Red, like if the red lamp is on, I know exactly what's going down. So if I ever walk into
I need to get that.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. If he's got the red lamp on, I know that he's trying to get some. And then I laid there, and as the sleeping pill kicked in, like every couple minutes, I was like, Alexa, dim lamp. Alexa, dim lamp. And it was too bright for me. It was keeping me awake. And then I dimmed it so much that I passed out and I forgot until just now. So he
passed out. Then I get home and I'm like, I make a phone call to one of my best friends, catching up. I eat my food and I go in there at around like 11:45 and I see the red lights on. I'm like, wait, like normally it's pitch black in there.
3 hours after I went to bed.
He's really dimmed. Really
dimmed red light. So then I'm like, oh, well, shit, if the light's on and I'm going to be on my phone until I'm ready to fall asleep, don't turn it off. All of a sudden, like 5 minutes after me laying in the bed, I hear, oh God. Like, and that's the sound he makes. Like there's too much light. And I was like, okay, I'll turn it off then. So I turned off the light. He got nothing.
I did get nothing.
No sleep creep. I love it.
No sleep creep over here. But
it's like, you remember when Tiger Woods would be like on Ambien and then he would have like crazy weird Ambien sex? It's kind of like that.
That turned out well for him.
You're half awake. I love like half awake.
Oh,
and then you can go back. You got to go pee first because you don't want to get like a YouTube. But it's better to do it in the morning because you wake up.
Okay, see?
Best part of waking up.
Okay, can I tell you a secret?
Coming in your sheet.
Okay, whoa. Okay, this is a moment, Jade, because can I tell you
is this a clean show?
No, it doesn't need to be.
Absolutely not.
So I had a college boyfriend. He knows this.
Yeah.
There's a college boyfriend I had that I thought I was going to marry him back in the day. It was my 20s. It was like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
He was a hottie. He cheated on me with somebody who was gross. But he used to sing to me. I can't believe I'm saying this on the podcast.
Should we sing it together?
Fine. The best part of waking up is AJ in your butt. Because I would try to get some every morning, and most mornings he would let me get some. Emile does not.
I don't like morning sex.
We only get 2 mornings a week where we wake up together because I have to get up so early for my radio show.
Right.
So Saturday and Sunday, I try to get some, and what I usually get is the apartment cleaned up and the laundry done, and I get the dog outside to go to the restroom while he sleeps in. That's what I get.
Yeah.
So
I love that. I'm more like Emile. I'm like, you go do this morning stuff. I'll wake up slowly.
Mhm.
it's a 3
I'm not a morning
process.
person. I wish I was, but like, I don't like waking up. That it's painful to me. It's painful.
Let's go ahead and get into these secrets. Again, we haven't seen any of these secrets. Frank sourced them out from our listener submissions. First one is Anonymous Male UK.
Okay.
Okay. My mom breastfed me until I was 5 years old. Never told anyone that. wait. Oh, wait. Wait a minute. By the way, we normally have a theme for our episodes. This is a wild card episode, so all of the secrets are just random that Frank chose. I was not expecting that. I think, okay.
That's too old.
I do want to know.
Too old.
I want to know from both of you. Is there an age where you really started to be cognitive and have like distinct memories? For me, I barely remember 3, but I really start remembering at 4.
No, because I'm an immigrant and I moved countries when I was a kid. So like all my
Because you're from
memories are
Brazil.
wiped.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're wiped. And all the pot I smoke. So I don't remember.
I will say that I didn't know you're Brazilian. I guess I didn't research that part. So 1, obrigado.
De nada.
Okay.
Okay, I feel like an outsider.
I went to Portugal last summer. I know like 5 words. I spent a couple weeks with my best friend in Lisbon. It was fantastic.
Can you say another word?
Yeah.
Bon dia.
Oh.
Bon dia.
Yeah.
That's cool. Good morning.
That's all I know. But this is interesting because I remember being about 3 years old.
Okay.
I remember one time years ago describing in great detail to my mom or sister what our house looked like that we moved out of when I was about 4 or 5. I went through every room and I said, I remember for some reason there being a TV sitting in one of the bedrooms when we moved out, and I didn't understand why.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, oh my God, how did you know that? I was like, because I was 3 or 4. And she goes, there was a broken TV that we left in like your brother's room or something like that. And I just remember being a kid, be like, why are we leaving this TV? And it was broken. And I did actually remember it. I remember being very, very, very young. 5 years old breastfeeding, though, is interesting.
Yeah, do you remember your mom?
Yeah, but do you remember Yeah, I was gonna say, but do you remember sucking your mom's breast?
No, I don't think I actually breastfed. I think maybe she tried for a little bit, but you
didn't latch on.
Well, here's the thing. So
you're like, I don't like boobs from an early age.
That part.
Ew.
I'm like, oh, a tit? No, I don't want it. And I still don't. But it's interesting though, because when I got older, I was a smart ass kid, and every time I'd get like a bad grade on a test or report cards would come out, I would say to my mom, well, if you didn't use formula and if you would have stopped smoking, maybe my grades would be a little bit higher based on science. So
wow.
And she would feel so bad that she would never argue me.
But also, not saying that one is, but
she hates me right now.
I don't want to take sides, but
love you, Mama Kath, if you're listening. I know you selectively listen to this podcast.
Yeah, it makes her nervous. She gets very uncomfortable listening to this podcast.
Yeah, I definitely.
I wonder why.
Right. We reveal everything. I don't remember being breastfed. I remember like random things from when I was younger. I will say, though, this is unrelated but related. Do you guys remember? I talked to AJ about this the other day. Do you remember back in the day with the Got Milk ads? Like they were just pushing milk on us so hard.
Everywhere.
Like so hard. And now I don't drink milk at all.
Are you?
Oh, I haven't drank milk since the 90s.
Right?
Okay,
yeah,
that's
real milk.
It's so real.
Coconut milk. Yeah, oat milk. I mean, like when I go to a restaurant and they don't have it, I'm like, what?
Right. I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I grew up in Ohio, and we would have a glass of milk with dinner every night.
Oh.
Everybody did.
Oh, gross.
No matter what. And it was the most delicious thing in the world to me. I thought it was so
like
good.
Like a tall glass or just like a short?
Like a glass. A whole
glass.
Like
at night, I would get like, my mom would make like sweet milk. Like she put a little sugar in it and warm it up. So I would have hot, sweet milk at night.
So what's supposed to help you fall asleep? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that an episode title? Hot Sweet Milk with Jade Catta-Preta?
Hot Sweet Milk. There it is, Frank. Log it. Hot Sweet Milk with Jade. Oh, that's hot.
Yeah. Next secret. Anonymous female, Los Angeles. Okay, we can know this person.
Okay, I say that every week and you drag me. Whenever they're from Los Angeles, I'm like, maybe we know them. He's like, you don't know this person, AJ. Shut up.
Anonymous.
Anonymous. Hey, yeah. Anonymous. Okay.
Right.
Okay. It says, I have genital herpes. And in all caps,
bummer.
Never.
Bummer.
They said they never have sex, but I want to so bad. I'm so scared to tell a guy and then have him reject me. So I just don't even try.
I think that's a real concern when you...
Everybody has herpes.
Yeah, that's that part. That part. Can we hashtag normalize herpes?
Yeah, it's not a big thing. Like,
Yeah.
just be honest with your partner. Also, like, are you broken out? Like, are you having just manage your own things with your medicine and make sure you're not having a breakout. And like, I think if you have sex for the person for the first time and you're not having a breakout, like, you don't have to the first time, like,
yeah, because you don't trust
you have
them
to
yet.
disclose right?
I think it comes down to trusting somebody with that information before you know if you can actually just trust them with any information, let alone that.
Right. But you shouldn't feel bad.
No.
Well, so we had Dr. Drew on the podcast recently, and we had a secret. And it was something where something happened when they were younger, and then you could tell that they were still traumatized by it. And, we don't know when they contracted herpes. But the problem is, if they didn't have the right people around them to talk about like how to navigate this situation, then unfortunately they're going with this stigma of I can't have sex or all these different things. And I know everybody's probably like, oh, you can Google and you can figure shit out nowadays. But like some people, when you're scared, you're like, I don't know what to do. Yeah.
I remember when my sister got herpes, and I only say that because she talks about this openly, and she's kind of taken it, the power back, and she helps other women who are also kind of going through that process. And she was so scared. And she found out because she had a breakout, and she was with her boyfriend, and she felt humiliated and embarrassed and just crying and thought nobody will ever touch me again for the rest of my life. And fact of the matter is, like 50% of adults have herpes.
1 in 3.
They're 1 in 3. Okay, 33%. But or maybe the number was like 50% of adults will have an STI at some point, whatever. But like, so a lot of people are living with this every single day, and it's very, very manageable. Get on a cyclovir or whatever it is, Valtrex, whatever you can get your hands on.
But also, you like, if you have herpes, you don't have breakouts all the. You don't just constantly like. It happens very rarely. Most people don't even get them. Like, so it's like. The stigma needs to go away.
Yeah.
Like, I've had HPV since I was like 14. Yeah. It's like, hello.
Right.
Like,
exactly. And I've had oral herpes, like cold sores, since I was 6 or so. I've never had any breakout anywhere else, but I got it from my mom gets cold sores. She probably kissed me when I was a little kid, and she shouldn't have one time. Gave me a little smooch or something, and I got a cold sore.
Wow, you were dragging your mother though.
No, but from the time,
your whole family,
the smoking. Now she gave you cold sores.
First the breastfeeding, and now this. Maybe I got it breastfeeding. Who knows?
You cut your face.
Yeah. Right. How are your nipples, Kathy? No, but I've had them my entire life, and I've just had to learn to manage it. And what I found is that there's oftentimes, to this listener, and this could work for you as well, sometimes the stress of, will I break out? Will they find out? Is actually more damaging to you than the actual like symptom. So for me,
I agree.
Once I became an adult and found, and my mom didn't know that there was medication for this when I was growing up. I just dealt with the cold sore a few times a year. When I became an adult and realized, this breakout on my lip can be prevented with a pill. Once I had the pills in my possession, I go years without a breakout now, just because psychologically I know that I'm going to be okay. Because before you get that tingle and you start to stress, and then it's a full flare.
So tell her what was the medication you said him?
Valtrex, but a cyclovir is sort of the generic brand, I believe. And I get mine through my insurance, and I pay like $3 for a bottle that lasts me years.
So listener, anonymous woman in LA, make sure you get that filled. Yeah. And then just having that in your purse or having it with you maybe will make you feel more powerful and
100%.
Go fuck these men. I mean,
or women, whoever.
Whoever. Yeah, go fuck.
You ready for another secret?
Yes. Okay. This is from anonymous female, Connecticut. Silly string. Okay, I'm sorry.
Whenever a secret starts with silly string, it's going to be great.
Silly string has been banned in my county since 1996.
Wait, what?
But I still order it on Amazon and let my kids and their friends play with it in the backyard. The fine is like $100 or something. Wait,
I gotta Google this right now. Why is it banned?
I mean, silly string I know is messy, but why would it be banned? Search silly string banned in Connecticut.
It might be like not good for the environment.
I mean,
in that case,
not.
It shouldn't be. Yeah,
balloons are terrible for the environment too.
Think about all the things that brought us joy when we were younger, and now they're like,
milk.
Milk.
So many.
Everything's done.
We were sold so many lies.
Silly
now we're
string.
just adults with herpes living in our weird apartment. scared of life.
Wait,
But-
you guys.
What?
I look it up and it says Salvington passes modified silly string ban February 13th, 1996. This might be the place.
Oh, well, she did
That's
say.
so crazy.
Yeah, she said
She
since
said
1996.
Since 1996.
But why is it banned there? Just some woman on the county doesn't like it?
I
Like,
don't know.
what?
It brought me to a weird article that does not match.
Wait,
But you know what? There's a lot of weird things. Like, you know how you were not allowed to legally own a ferret in the state of New York?
Wait, what? Why?
Ferrets are not allowed there. You're not allowed to own one as a pet. So a lot of people have I listened to this NPR once. And so people have this underground ferret railroad
what?
of people who own ferrets there who they're not allowed to.
Wow.
I don't know why. It's a bizarre.
Okay. Here's what it says. This is on some website that has 11 crazy laws. It says in Southington, silly string is banned. In the mid 1990s, a group of children ran up to a police officer. Just finish reading it.
To a police officer and sprayed him with silly string during the Apple Harvest Festival. So they banned the product
So
to
white.
keep it from ever
Just
happening
so white.
again. If that's not the most privileged thing I've ever heard, you're going to ban silly
Nothing
string.
to do with the environment. Nothing like that. Just
'Cause
because they.
Some police officer at the Apple Harvest Festival had his feelings hurt, so they thought that the city council, the legislatures in that town would get together and ban it.
Wow.
Were his feelings hurt, or was he weirdly blinded by this?
Right.
This man's life was changed that one harvest
my
morning.
God.
It sounds like
I like that this woman also buys a
I
silly string and
know.
is like, ee.
Yeah, because guess what? Back then they probably just stopped selling it at the stores in that county, but now she has Amazon.
Right.
Yeah,
She's
I
like,
mean, shouldn't Amazon know about laws?
not
and how
to
they
ship it
shouldn't?
there.
yeah, they don't
Yeah.
care.
You know what it feels like? It feels like the premise to the film Footloose. Dancing was banned many, many years ago, but
Yeah.
I'm fighting
There was
the
this
system.
one Apple Harvest
Right.
day where this guy was trying to do a split or a death drop, punched me in the face.
Did she just say death drop? Jade.
She did.
You're
Jade.
you're an ally.
Oh.
Guys, how dare you?
Okay. Okay.
I mean, if we're gonna talk RuPaul's Drag Race, I mean, we don't have the
Oh,
time.
my
Are you
God.
watching this season?
Are you? Yes, but are you also? who's your favorite this season?
Oh,
Tell me
Willow
who's
Pill.
your favorite.
Pill.
We love
Willow Pill.
Oh, no,
100.
no, Willow Pill.
Or Bosco.
Bosco's my other
Or
one.
Bosco.
Bosco's growing on me.
Yeah, Bosco's
But-
it's the brows, the sharp eyebrows.
Who's
I
the
love-
girl that had to get eliminated because her knee was messed up?
Cornbread the snack.
She was
Iconic.
woo, incredible. I was so sad. Are you
Cornbread-
watching UK versus the world?
No,
Ooh, sorry,
okay,
I cut
Jay,
you
we
off.
can't do.
We
It's
can't.
too much.
It's too much. We're too
We're-
busy.
we literally-
We're very, very important
So we
people. We
had-
have a lot going on.
I don't know if you've watched season 12. We had
Yeah.
Jackie Cox on the podcast. We
Mhm.
just recently had
I
Willem on the
love
podcast.
Mhm.
And we had to confess to them that season 12 was the first episode or first season of Drag Race that we watched. So now we're watching backwards from there. So we're on season 9 right now. And
Yeah.
No, season 10. I know.
Yeah.
We're on season 10. And then we realized we actually have to go and actually start from season 1 because now every single season where it's and coming up, we have this winner from Drag Race season 8. We're like,
Yes.
now we know who won.
We keep getting spoilers.
Wait, you guys have to do All Stars. You guys have Amsterdam. You have Filipino. You have Spain. You have Australia.
I
You have
know.
UK.
Listen,
They
we
can't
also
make it fast enough for me.
we also have a life, and we have to. We literally
I know.
here's what we do. Friday nights when we watch our new episodes, that's our RuPaul's Drag Race night.
Yeah.
We'll watch a couple episodes of season 10 until that episode comes out. And then we'll switch over and watch the current one. I get confused by who's on this season because I'm so confused with which season I'm
There's
watching.
so
'cause
many.
We're watching
I
two
get it.
simultaneously.
Yeah.
But also, our fear is that if we keep watching in reverse, the quality will continue to deteriorate. So I feel like
It
we should get
will.
season 1 out of the way
Get
now
ready.
and then come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
Season
forward.
1 was done in it is just so crusty. They have hula hoops and beach balls. It's
I
the
love
props are so
Our-
low level. but
Full transparency, we're just going to put this out into the universe. Our
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
goal in life is to get famous enough that we're asked to come on as judges.
As judges,
That's it.
oh my God.
That's it.
I've been begging them for years.
Iconic.
Every time Nicole Byer's on it, I'm like, again?
I know.
She looked fantastic
But
in
her
that
hair
recent
looked- her hair
episode,
looked
though.
great.
She looks so good.
Her hair looks so
Um,
good.
Yeah.
So you're a Drag Race fan, and then I saw on your Instagram, it looked like it was back in 2020, probably when you were doing press for the soup. You went to Watch What Happens Live with Teresa. That's also one of our goals. We want to be bartenders or guests on the show.
Yeah. I just want to be a bartender.
How was that experience for you?
I'm obsessed with the Bravo universe, and Teresa Teresa and Lisa Rinna are like kind of my favorite two celebrities, but yeah, it was just incredible. She brought her prison mate with her to the show.
What?
Because her prison mate is who got her really into fitness.
Yeah, yoga and stuff at the time.
Bob was the other guest on the show.
Got it.
Biggest Loser.
Bob Harper, yeah.
Oh yeah, who's so hot. And they were just talking, and I was just like, she was just talking about her prison workouts.
What's your favorite Real Housewives franchise? Is it Jersey?
No, it's actually New York. New York is my favorite.
Okay,
I'm good friends with the Countess. Her niece is one of my best friends. So
good. So when we need a connection to her to get her on the pod, we're gonna reach out to you.
Right.
Hey,
listen,
you let me know. She would love to do it, I'm sure.
I love everything about her. She's wild, and she's interesting to me though because some seasons she comes across as like so detached and vapid, and then some seasons she comes across as like.
Wait, who are we on? Teresa? Or are we on Countess now?
Luann. Teresa's always she's exactly the same all the time. She's like there's not a ton of evolution going on with Teresa Giudice, and I don't want her to. I love her just the way she is. But Luann is interesting because I feel like as she's kind of come into her own later in life. Like she was the Countess for so long, and she's had these ups and downs and this public humiliation of this failed marriage, and it really sort of humbled her. And I've really enjoyed her the last season of New York and also Ultimate Girls Trip. I really
I wish they would make so many more of them.
I know.
Like
they are. They're making.
Yeah.
Well, they're doing the Bluestone Manor next, but I just feel like Luann finally. I've been watching her, like sort of hate watching her for many years, but the last couple seasons, I'm like, oh my god, I genuinely actually care about her now, and I really enjoy her.
I love her. She's such a she's very maternal. That's what you don't obviously get that, but she's very close to my friend who's her niece, and she's just like she's like. Very maternal energy, but she's very intimidating. I used to open for her cabaret. And,
oh my gosh!
Too good. This is all
too good, right? I'm sitting in the corner like.
Did you wear Giovanni?
Giovanni.
Yeah.
But I was at the music video shoot for Feeling Giovanni, and I have to say, my mind was. They did a thing where it was a catwalk, and she does the catwalk, and then Cynthia does the catwalk, and then Lisa comes out, and she's like. Feeling herself. I was like, I'm Lisa. That's who I want to be.
So many things.
And now the Countess has actually, not to do a little shout out, but she has a line of non-alcoholic rosé out right now, and I love it.
Well, I also love that she's like embracing that and be like, listen, I'm going to embrace it and also make a little bit of money off of it. So good for her.
Yeah, it's great. It actually tastes really good, and it's got herbs in it and stuff, and you can because I'm not drinking during the week and I get so bored.
Yeah,
and so
same. I hear you.
I recommend. How's that?
We'll have to get. I haven't tried it. You haven't tried. You just know about it.
No, we had Dr. Tiffany Moon from Real Housewives of Dallas send us some bottles of wine recently. That was really nice. That was real wine.
Yeah, it was real wine. It was definitely alcohol.
Delicious.
There. And candles, and the candles were amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Let's get to the next secret. We have two more before we get to Jade's secret. Anonymous male, Nevada.
Did you say Nevada?
I knew you were going to say.
Are you my grandmother who's been dead?
Wait, how do you say it?
Nevada?
Nevada.
Las Vegas, Nevada. Yeah, Nevada.
My best friend is from there, and she says Nevada.
So like I said previously, anonymous male, Nevada. I only wash my hands after I shit. Pee is cleaner than water, right? Absolutely not, sir. Let me tell you something. Anytime I'm at the gym and I see a guy I'm washing my hands and I see a guy use a urinal and then they leave straight from the urinal and go back out to the weights, that is so disgusting. It is so disgusting that you just touched your dick. I don't care how clean you think your dick is. You're leaving the urinal area where you just touched your probably sweaty dick, and then you're going to go touch the weights that I have to then touch. It's disgusting.
It doesn't turn you on a little?
No, it's disgusting.
Okay, good.
I mean, if the guy's hot,
sweaty
maybe.
dick is a funny. Yeah, sweaty dick. Yeah, I agree. Just give it a little rinse.
Right.
Like, you don't need to go all out. Just give it a little.
And didn't we do a whole thing with the panoramas, like saying you need to, like, we realized that people weren't washing their hands. Some people weren't washing their hands at all.
So I have an unpopular opinion.
Oh, God.
So anytime we're at a gym or a movie theater or something, I see somebody use the restroom and not wash their hands. It disgusts me immensely. And I always wash my hands in public.
Okay.
And when we started dating, at first, you didn't used to wash your hands after you pee.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
I would call you out.
We are not going to tell this lie on the podcast.
I would call your ass out.
Your memory.
And something is...
Your memory.
Listen. Let me finish.
You enter into your elder years.
I said what I said. Oh, whoa.
might have this
You could only hope
this remembrance
to look this good and be this sharp at my age.
Go ahead, AJ.
And if you want to make it to that
I would
age,
just
you
say
better let me
whatever he's saying right now might not be factual.
finish.
Go ahead.
So I used to drag him in the early years because he wouldn't always wash his hands, and I would say it to him like I was his mother.
May not be true.
And then, as we got further into our relationship, I find that I'm the one that sometimes doesn't wash my hands anymore after I go. Because here's the thing. I keep it down there. I keep it really clean. It's gorgeous. It smells lovely. Nothing dirty about it. And also, when I go to the restroom in my own home, I might touch it with like 2 fingers. And I'm not like, it's not like I'm touching the end of it. It's not like I'm touching that.
It doesn't matter.
It's just skin.
Doesn't
So
matter.
it's really no different than going like this and touching your skin.
No, it's literally enveloped in underwear, and like unless you're free balling, and it's just like just sweating and get
My
condensation
underwear are
and
very
stuff.
fresh. I'm just saying.
I feel like I need to confess. Sometimes at home, if I pee, I don't really.
See, I think there's more people like us than you want to admit.
Okay,
At
well,
home.
since
At
we're
home,
Wait.
in the public,
Yes.
I take a whore bath if I need
In
to.
public.
Yeah.
And I
Wait,
want
what were you about to say?
I wasn't gonna say anything.
You were about to say something. You were about to confess something.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
I was gonna say since we're all here and you guys confess that, I will say sometimes Kingston does not wash his paws either. He
Oh,
just licks his dick.
Shut up. Either do you. Truth be told.
So, all right, this is our last secret before we get to Jade's secret. Oh, this is from Taryn, female, Atlanta. I don't know any Terrence. I'm from Atlanta, but I don't know any Terrence.
You got some phlegm build up
I did
in
have
there?
a little bit of phlegm. You didn't have to call me out like that. We could have just let it go. Okay. So they said, I have a semen allergy. Anytime a guy comes in my pussy, it gets all. Oh, no. Anytime a guy comes in me, my pussy gets all puffy and itchy. I just deal with
Why
it,
are
though.
multiple men coming inside of you? Are you on birth control?
That part right there. I just
Ooh.
deal with it, though. I like sex too much. Oh, she said, and before you ask, yes, I use condoms if the guy I'm with hasn't been tested. Wait, there's a lot of layers. Wait.
So a semen allergy is basically what we're dealing with here.
But also, can we talk about the last
sorry.
part?
Also, she goes, I'm sorry, she makes them take a test, and if they're good, she just, no condom.
She raw dogs it. Yeah.
Then she's good to go and they can just come inside.
She's got to be on the pill, right? Because that's just,
I would assume so.
that's living on the edge.
Nah,
Jesus.
Living
Listen.
on the edge.
I was thinking of the edge of glory.
Oh,
I was
know.
like more like,
I was living on the edge. Yeah,
Yep.
I was with
wait, you can sing too?
She's multi-talented.
This bitch.
musical theater.
How do you
Everything.
think she booked 40 national commercials and booked all the
God,
series
I'm
regular
sorry.
girls?
I really just want to be able to have somebody come inside of me. I mean, like, deal with it.
Don't we all?
I mean, like, that's crazy. How old are you?
I know,
If it's
she
a
didn't
real
say.
allergy, you should be careful because what if your like throat starts closing? The guy's coming inside of you and she's like, ugh.
Yeah. Oh, that part too. Yeah.
Like if it's a real allergy, it could really like actually mess you up.
Is there medication?
But how do you know?
Maybe she should talk to her doctor. I don't know.
And also, are we sure? No judgment, Taryn. This is a legitimate question. She says it gets puffy and itchy. Yeah. Have you gone to your doctor to make sure it's actually not some
Yeah.
type
So
of
UTI, do you not actually?
something else going on?
Are you sure?
I've never my vagina's never gotten puffy, itchy all the time, but like never really puffy. Like so, maybe you have an allergy to latex
Oh, wait. I'm
because
actually.
that's a more common allergy than semen.
I'm Googling semen allergy currently. Semen allergy isn't a direct cause of infertility. What? Sometimes symptoms. Wow. Why did I read symptoms as sometimes? Symptoms of semen allergy include a change in the skin color, burning, and swelling where semen contacts the skin or vaginal tissue.
Oh my God, my face would be so f***ed up all the time. If that was me.
too.
So it doesn't say anything about nasty. It doesn't say anything about puffy or itchy. So I just want to make sure that I would go to a doctor today.
Yeah.
No, they said swollen. Swollen.
Oh,
was
Yeah.
they did
the
say
thing.
swollen.
And here's the thing. I commend her for saying that, you know, that if I'm with somebody I don't know, they haven't been tested, that we use protection, and obviously we condone that. It's safe. It's a smart thing to do. I do appreciate your honesty though, that you're like, sometimes I like it raw and sometimes I like the semen, because truth be told, it's a turn on for people. Like
Yeah.
there's something different about like skin on skin contact. There's something about like not pulling out, and obviously we've not used a condom in 100 years. But we've been together for 100 years.
Wow,
And
way to share our personal information, AJ.
I could go
We
deeper,
have
but I won't.
sex, a secret.
Yes.
Right?
Shocker. We've been waiting
Yeah.
for marriage for 10 years. But no, I think that, definitely talk to your doctor and find out if if it actually, one, first and foremost, is the semen, if you haven't actually gotten that checked out yet. And if there's something else, maybe there's a medication or there's something natural you could be doing to sort of mitigate some of that, or you could adjust your sexual practices.
Or it could be another allergy.
Yeah, totally.
There could be like a fabric allergy that's triggering it. It could be the lube. It could be like saliva on somebody's mouth. Somebody's mouth. Like, does it happen every time?
Yeah.
Is he wearing like some sort of jock strap that's made of a fabric that's cheap? Maybe there's so many questions.
I mean, I feel
Is
like
it the cock ring?
the cock ring. I feel like after these secrets, we should maybe consider going into like some profession where we do like sexual doctor stuff, because we did 2 secrets. Like let's do it. We diagnosed and we're experts now.
I think. Listen, if we're looking,
experts now.
If we're looking for somebody to invest in us, all we need to say is, "Hey, we're looking into doing some sort of sexual doctor stuff. What do you got?" That's a really great pitch.
Yeah,
that was really good though.
I think so. Okay,
so proud of you.
And our producer Frank did point out that that last secret, it was a nut allergy.
Oh, a nut allergy.
I can't believe I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Da 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 da.
Not loving it. Hey, it's funny to be funny when you have a comedian on the pod.
Right?
You set us up. You tee us up nicely. Could you just join us every single week from here on out?
Yes.
Oh, so fun. Jade, you've been fantastic. We're having a blast with you. But this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Are you sweating? Because this is when our guests start to get sweaty palms.
No, I do comedy for a living.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Fair enough. All right. So
nothing phases me. But the cum one was
a lot.
The first I've heard.
Yeah, I
of
feel like
that.
this episode might be comedy.
That was terrible.
Okay, go ahead.
This hopefully will be better. It's time for you to
confess your mess.
Pew, 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 pew. I like pull this off and then I just show you guys my dick. I wish. I wish that was my secret. No, okay, so this is not a big thing, but I am obsessed. I have a problem with watching pimple popping videos. Like I cannot get enough. Like I'll go down rabbit holes and I just watch. Like I'm talking about like an hour's worth of just like Dr. Pimple Popper can't make episodes fast enough.
That's the good stuff.
There's one on YouTube called Kay's treatment, blackhead treatment. This kid just has blackheads all over his face. And it's just like, she's just scraping and it's like, and it's just so satisfying to me.
I relate so hard.
You're turning my fiance on, literally.
It's literally.
Me too. It's like not sexual, but it is satisfying. And just like, like
the reason why you get sucked into is those videos where it's like one where you have someone on the surface and then she has to kind of like dig in there. And it's like 15 minutes in and you cannot stop watching the video until you see it empty.
Oh, it needs to come out. It needs to come out.
I'm glued to my phone or my computer or whatever I'm watching. I'm like, oh my God. Ooh, that's nasty, but ooh.
I know it is gross. And I also like seeing the hole after, like seeing like where it came out of, like.
Do you remember, speaking of Dr. Pimple Popper, I think he died. It was an older gentleman, but he had like all these things on his face and she used to work with him all the time. Like it was like super, super bad. I can't remember his name.
I can't.
But he used to be in her videos years ago all the time. I'm pretty sure he passed away, but it is one of the most satisfying things in the world to.
But what is that? How come some people love it so like much and then other people fucking hate it? Like, it's such a bizarre. Do you like it?
I'll be real. I love it, and I'm also getting nauseous right now thinking about it. So I have a limit. So Emile and my little sister have this in common. They love these videos. And years ago,
no limit.
Yeah, they used to send them to me all the time. And I watch them, and I can't stop watching them. Even as I'm getting nauseous, I still have to continue watching because I need to get to the clean part. I need to get to the part that's satisfying, that I know that it's like, it's healed, it's been washed out, or it's been wiped off, or whatever. I need to get to that part.
Wait.
You might have hit it on the nose. That might be the satisfaction of it being clean.
Jade, I don't know if you're different from me, though. I enjoy those videos. I don't like the ones where it's like a lot of liquid coming out.
No,
Me either. It needs to be a little more of. I almost like when it's like a blackhead and it's like a little material.
Yeah,
I don't like the liquid ones. Liquid ones kind of gross me out.
Okay, just making sure we're all on the same page. Okay, Jade.
Wow.
So your new show, Hotties. Tell us about it. What is it? Why should we watch it?
You guys, it's incredible. Okay, so it's a hybrid dating cooking competition show. We're in the middle of the desert, and we have all these gorgeous people, and they go on 2 separate dates, and they have to have the best date and the best dish, or both. You know, so they're competing to cook and having this blind first date. But along the way, we feed them like super spicy stuff. So like they have these challenges. Super highbrow.
TV is so absurd nowadays, and I love everything about it.
I'm like, why would anybody sign up for this? Thank you for signing up. And I'm watching it all in a trailer, just making fun of it and kind of judging. And then I judge the best one, and whoever has the best date, best dish, or both gets another $2,500 date. So pretty big. It was really, it's fun to see what happens to people under those circumstances.
And this is on Hulu.
It's on Hulu, yeah. And a couple of romances came out of it.
Okay.
So I'm really excited. Yeah, there's nothing like it on TV. And I love food too. So it was just kind of a perfect thing for me to kind of get to judge. The food tasted like, but it was fun to get to judge it,
as it
and make
does.
Fun of them.
Well, I feel like your family heritage is Brazilian. Is food central to sort of like the family structure in your home? Is because I know food for us is like how we connect. Is that the same for you?
100%. I love food. Like my boyfriend eats like a 12-year-old. He's like, pizzas and burgers. I'm like, cool. But I just think I love that feeling of sitting down, having a meal together. Like I think food brings people together, definitely.
Yeah,
so it was fun watching these people eat it and throw it up.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that Emile got me this year, he's learning. One of the things he got me for Christmas this year is a sushi cooking class or sushi prepping class for 2.
That's so fun.
I've never made sushi. Somehow I've never tried to make it yet. So we're going to do that at some point.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
It's hard to make.
Yeah, we're excited. We just have to pick a date.
So then I'm going to probably do the what's the term where I try to get some sneakily, like your boyfriend does or your husband does?
Sleep creep.
I'm going to probably do a sleep creep after the sushi.
Wait, Jade. So since we're all in the industry, we were talking before, we have the same agent and everything. So I like to ask for industry friends, especially with your resume and you navigating this industry for well over a decade. What keeps you going in those moments? Because and I think we asked this because we're both hosts too. So you know you get a big opportunity like the soup, right? Then the pandemic happens, and then it kind of
like this is the thing. This is the thing. This is the thing. But then what's the thing?
It was hard.
What keeps you going in those low moments when it feels like, oh, I thought that was the thing, and what's the next thing?
Man, that one was kind of hard for me. I'm not gonna lie, just because it was like so many people had gone through so many horrible things during the pandemic, and almost felt a little like it's just a show, like relax. But I've been working towards that my entire life, so it was a big fall for me. But my thing that I've been doing now is I'm working with interns from Emerson College, these young up and coming comics, and just like seeing their hunger and seeing like how excited they are, like reminds me of why I love this thing in the first place, like why I wanted to do it. Cause I wanted to inspire other people younger than me. Like, cause I was an immigrant, I would watch TV and be like, oh, I want to do that. So having that feeling that I can still do that and bring people into the business is exciting. And I do stand up and I'm hungry. Every time I do stand up, it makes me hungrier. Yeah. Like if you're feeling down, go see a show. Yeah. Like go remember why you love that like that rhythm, that magic. Like, cause it's a grind, man.
Yeah. You have to know your why. It sounds like why are you doing it to begin with?
Yeah.
And not comparing yourself is the number one thing.
Good luck with that one.
Comparisonitis is really hard for me as well. So, just not comparing yourself and knowing that your journey is a different rhythm than other people. I mean, nobody's the same. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I adore you. I think you're fantastic. Before we
you
let
guys
you go,
are fabulous.
Thank you so much for taking the time. I mean, to take an hour out of your day doing all the things you're doing is really
this is fun. But doing stuff like this is what, like, we should love doing this. Yeah. If you don't, like, what are you doing this for?
1,000%. We're creating. We're content creators.
Content creators. We want to gross people out.
Right. So before we let you go, we like to ask our guests also before they leave, what was your takeaway of the day? One thing that maybe just stood out to you about the last hour.
Well, I just keep thinking about the girl with the jizz allergy. Just I guess how lucky I am that I could really put jizz on any part of my body and it's fine.
I also didn't know people still said jizz.
Right?
I didn't know that was still a word, and I love it.
I know. I can't believe we didn't come up with it earlier. I was trying to find other jokes besides nut.
Yeah, I've been going with nut for a decade now, so yeah, I'm good on that.
And all that jizz.
Oh, wow.
We adore you, Jade.
Yeah,
that was so much fun. And we'll have to come see one of your shows. Do you have any upcoming shows in LA?
Yes, I'm every weekend I'm at the Comedy Store, so just come see some
we'll
live
do a date
comedy.
Night.
Yeah, date night.
Just let me know. I'll put you on the list.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's fun.
Thank you.
Worth it.
Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Confess Your Mess.
Confess Your Mess is a Straw Hut Media podcast produced by Ryan Tillotson and Frank Driscoll. Thank you so much for listening, and don't forget to subscribe and share.
And if you have a secret you want to share, go to confessyourmess.us to submit. Your secret could end up in the show.
Ooh.